All rise.
No.
Hector, you do the honor?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Our Father, who art in heaven, we ask you to bless this meeting, and endow us with your Spirit. May all our actions be guided by your hand, that we may be fair and just to all. We ask it in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Raise the flag, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all.
Roll call, Vic.
Yes, sir. Vice Mayor Pacheco.
Here.
Councilwoman Pacheco. Here. Councilperson Ayala.
Here.
Councilwoman Ayala.
Here.
Mayor Martel.
Here.
Town Attorney Lilian Arango. Okay. Meeting open, Mayor.
Approval for the February 7th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Any changes?
For the February 7, Mayor?
7, yes.
I just want to point it out, like on the minutes, if it's possible, Town Clerk,
Yes.
the meeting just says, on meeting of Town Council was called in order February 7, the following were present. But I believe we need to state that for first time or at the address where it took place. That means Lakeside Community Center located at the address, in order to be on the record.
Okay, got it. Noted.
With that correction, a motion.
Motion to approve?
I'll second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Meeting on February 24th, 2022 at
Mayor?
5:15.
If I may, you have in front of you a draft of the minutes where there's a highlighted section on page 1 where I added more discussion for that particular section of the night. So if the council wishes that no one has any questions or any other additions or changes to the proposed minutes, I would like to see if the council adopts the minutes with the sections that highlighted in front of you.
Everybody's fine with it?
Just give me
Yeah, okay.
5 seconds. Department,
What were the changes?
It's highlighted in yellow.
Yeah, but
It is highlighted in yellow.
I can't find it. Oh, got it.
Normally, minutes are not verbatim in nature. They're just a brief of the discussion that took place before it leads to the discussion and action of the council. However, there was some kind of clarification, and I felt most comfortable addressing the entire conversation that took place instead of a brief discussion.
Okay. I believe that the translation is fine, but I don't know how we can do something tonight just to address, because we need to address in somehow, some way, if what took place that night, it says, department that believe necessary will be cost efficient. The department has to handle their own department.
Okay, Ms. Councilperson Ayala, are you talking about the changes that are highlighted in yellow, or are you talking about another section of the minutes?
No, basically on the minutes before the highlighted on the first paragraph, I just need to get some way to, I don't know, of discussion or what we can do in order to define how we're gonna proceed with this, because the minute says every department head will direct their own departments, but that will be permanently or?
Well, the minutes are only a description of the discussions that took place while the meeting was being conducted. So this is just a statement that was said on record of transpired
Okay.
that day, not necessarily the administration process of how each department head will handle their personnel matters.
Okay,
That's an administrative decision that is going to happen as instructed by the mayor, I would assume. The minutes are only a description of what took place while the meeting was being conducted.
are we already open for comments, Mayor?
No, not yet.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so if the changes are okay with the
No,
council?
That's good, yeah.
That's good.
Okay, perfect. So with that said, Mayor, can I have a first and a second?
Yes, I made the motion, yes.
Now for the
Second.
second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you.
Before we adopt tonight's agenda, we need to add item discussion and action on pension benefits, be 13A11.
Pension holder.
Is there-
Motion to add, Mayor?
Is
All
there,
second, all in favor, aye?
Aye. Do you have supporting documentation that we can have?
Excuse me?
Is there supporting documentation?
I didn't hear you.
Is there supporting documents?
For
Yes,
that-
Roy has it.
Okay.
Okay, for that add-on.
Okay, Mayor, I'm sorry, for the purposes of the record, what was the item exactly? Discussion and action?
Discussion and action on the pension
pension plan.
benefits.
On pension benefits.
Roy will bring it up in that item.
I'll explain.
Can we wait until the item
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
up for discussion?
We'll bring it, when that comes up, he'll explain.
Okay, so you made a motion to add the item to the agenda, and now I have a motion and a second to adopt tonight's meeting, tonight's agenda with the inclusion of the add-on item.
Yes.
Can I have a
I
first?
put the motion.
Okay. Can I
Who's
have a
the second?
second?
I did it.
Okay.
Second. Everybody in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, at this moment, item 7, special presentation. Chief, you want to call?
Good evening.
Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, your fire rescue, we are in the process of.
Can you
making-
say your name for
Oh,
the
I'm sorry.
record?
My name is Mark Chavers. I'm the Division Chief, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue.
Thank you.
We are in the process of making sure that we strengthen our relationships with the communities that we serve. From time to time, we will be at the commission meetings, so if there's things that need to be brought up or concerns or any communication that you might want to get across to us, want to let you know that one of us will be here. I'm one of 3 that is in charge of running the north half of Dade County. We serve 21 cities in that north half. Town of Medley is one of them. And I am directly responsible for the town of Medley. So any communication, any issues, please don't hesitate. I will leave my cards with you guys. Any issues or concerns or needs or just communication in general, please don't hesitate to reach out. And again, if you need one of us to be at one of the meetings, you have an issue that's coming up with concerning fire rescue, again, please don't hesitate to reach out and let us know, and we will be here. Other than that, there's any questions I can
questions,
answer while
Council?
I'm here?
Oh, we just want to thank you for your service and the prompt response every time we get for our residents and our citizens.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. At this moment, anybody who wants to come to the podium, a public comment is now open. You have 3 minutes to speak.
I'd like to start. I'd just like to say, for those of you that don't know, March is Women's History Month, so it's a great time to honor all the, this mic sounds really bad.
Closer, get it closer.
Like I was saying, March is Women's History Month, so it's just a great time to honor all the women that have come before us and that are trailblazers. I'd like to take this moment to honor our chief. This is our first female chief. If we could just give her a round of applause. Yeah.
Just quiet.
Testing, yeah, this one's better. So I'll just use mine, it's fine. It's trailblazers like yourself that allow other women to come after you, so thank you. I also believe in honoring people whenever you can, so I'd like to thank Missy Kaza, who is my former biology teacher. She's dedicated 20 years to promoting students to the health and the health sciences and medicine. So I just want to thank you for dedicating so many years to the next generation of students. specifically female, the next generation of female physicians, scientists. So thank you, Ms. Katza.
Can you just stay down, Mrs. Cass?
Ms. Katza, can you say hi? That's all.
Okay. Noting, Vicky, nobody came to the podium, now public
Eddie?
comments are closed. You want to say something?
No, just add to a comment on the minutes or related to the minutes of the February 24. I believe, Mayor, I don't know if you already decide what you're gonna do with the position related to human resources, because the minutes stay here every department has. So basically, what is the plan? They gonna continue with handling the employees, or
Department heads are going to do it the way it used to be before.
used to be before, but in that way, will be a need of a human resource person? In that way, I just need to ask you at any moment if you can just give us, what is your decision, your former decision tonight
Okay,
about that?
if you want, I'll give you a guideline the way it used to be run, and I'll pass it out to the 4 council members, so you see the guideline.
So basically, for now,
It's that way.
okay.
Okay? I just want to make sure everything's run properly and everybody gets their things the way they're supposed to be getting.
So I can understand for that, at this moment, on the oncoming months, we do not gonna have a, we can say, proposal for hiring another human resource.
no.
Okay, thank you.
I'll have Susie send you the guideline, the way we run it. Roy knows about it, Vicky knows about it, and Susanna knows about it. But I'll send it all for you so you know the process, the way it's being handled.
Okay,
Okay?
good enough.
Okay. So at this moment, public comments are now closed. Lily, you want to do item 10A, please?
Good evening, everyone. Item 10A is a public hearing, Resolution C-1982, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Medley, Florida, approving the final plat for Racetrack Medley, consisting of approximately 8.3076 acres and located at 8300 to 8350 Northwest 74th Street, as legally described and depicted on the plat attached as Exhibit A, accepting and approving any dedications shown on the plat, authorizing the mayor and town clerk to execute the plat, providing for recordation of the plat, and providing for an effective date. Mayor and council, you may recall that this item was deferred from the last meeting, and there was some minor change made to the plat to reflect an additional dedication of land for road purposes.
If you want to come and state your name and address, please.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. I'm Alex David with Calvin Giordano and Associates. As the town attorney just stated, we deferred the item at the February 7th meeting because the applicant had to go back to the Miami-Dade County Plat Committee to take care of the dedication. That happened on February 11th, 4 days after the meeting. We're good to go.
Okay. Anybody else from the audience want to comment on this item? Okay, any question from the council? Go ahead, Lily.
Mayor, if I may, Mr. David, you stated that it went to the Plat Committee February 11th?
Yes.
Okay. I have February 18th. Madam Clerk, in that last whereas, if we could just change it to February 11th to reflect the right date. The last whereas clause, thank you.
Any question from the council on this item?
No, Mayor.
Motion to approve Resolution C 1982.
I'll second.
Okay, so that motion, just to make sure, that motion will be to adopt Resolution C 1982 with the changes to reflect that it was approved by Miami-Dade County on February 11, 2022.
Correct.
Okay,
That's good. Roll call, Vic.
yes, sir. Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for doing business in our town. Lily,
Yes,
Item,
item
please.
10B is a second public hearing, Resolution C-1983, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Medley, Florida, approving the final plat for Hilco Medley, consisting of approximately 8.4482 acres and located at 11301 Northwest 97th Avenue, as legally described and depicted on the plat attached as Exhibit A, accepting and approving any dedications shown on the plat, authorizing the mayor and town clerk to execute the plat, providing for recordation of the plat, and providing for an effective date, 10B.
Any question from the council? You want to say your name again?
Yes, I'm Alex David with Calvin Giordano and Associates, and this plat has been finalized. There's a dedication for utilities and road maintenance, so again, this is good to go.
Anybody from the audience wants to comment on this item? No, Vicky, nobody came to the podium?
Noted.
At this moment, public comments are closed. Motion to approve Resolution C 1983.
I'll second.
Roll call, Vic?
Yes, sir. Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Lily, Resolution 12A, please.
Yes, Resolution 12A, Resolution C-1984, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Medley, Florida, approving the work order and proposal with Snubs Consulting, Inc. to provide professional engineering services for 2022 consent decree compliance continuing services, authorizing the town mayor and town officials to implement the terms and conditions of the work order and proposal, authorizing the mayor to expend budgeted funds, authorizing the mayor to execute the work order, and providing for an effective date, 12A.
Any question from the council on this item?
Motion to approve Resolution C 1984.
I second the motion.
Roll call, Vic?
Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Lily, 12B, please.
Item 12B, Resolution C-1985, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Medley, Florida, selecting the bid and awarding a contract to ATC Engineering, Inc., pursuant to invitation to bid number 2021-034 for CIP project number 0121-1, Northwest 90th Street Stormwater Lift Station Number 2 and Retention Area, authorizing the town mayor to enter into a contract for construction with the contractor substantially in the form attached hereto as Exhibit A, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date, 12B.
Any question from the council on this item?
Yes.
Motion to approve
I
Resolution.
have a question. Yeah.
She said yes, Mayor.
Oh, it's-
Yes, I have questions, yeah. So just for clarification, the contract is for 2.1 million. And the town will be responsible for 1.37 million.
George, you want to come up to a podium, please?
So the project overall came at about $500,000 when you get the entire program over the 2 fiscal years. We, for the current fiscal year, it appears to have the appropriate level of funding. We will have to come back with an amended capital program, which we plan to do. We typically will do that about half the midway point. So probably around May, June, I'll come back to you with an updated 5-year plan.
Can you just clarify, because here it says the contract amount is for 2.1 million, but you just stated that it's coming in at 1 point.
Okay. What I'm saying is, because the projects carry over 2 years, for the projected expenditures that will happen in this year, we have budgeted appropriately. The overall, when we take in consideration the overall cost over the 2 years, it's higher. So what I need to do is come back to you with a revised 5-year program where we make transfers from older projects where the expenditures might not happen this year. It's a matter of reprogramming funds without exceeding the cap that you have authorized on the program.
That answers your question?
No. Mr.
Oh,
Corzo,
no,
with all, yeah,
Well, maybe help me out.
because I understand that it's two. It says for 2022, it's 378,000, and for 2023, it's 1.4 million, for the total to 2.1. Just clarification, it says that the town will be responsible for 1.37 million, and that through a grant, we would receive 412,000. But under scope and justifications, it says that the grant is being managed by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection, but under funding, it says that it's the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity. So where is the grant coming from?
Oh, well, that's a different question.
Well, there's two questions, yeah.
Okay, there's two questions. This is a grant through these local priorities. You know, when we ask every year for projects to be funded in Tallahassee, this one was routed through
The what?
the Department of Environmental Protection.
Okay. I guess the clarification is because for, again, one of them says environmental protection under scope and justification, and then for funding, it says Department of Economic Opportunity.
Well, that's my oversight. I mean, what happened is that we get this project, and we apply to each and every grant opportunity that we can get. So while we were successful in getting the money routed through us, through FDEP, that did not stop us to go into different programs. And sometimes in the right crop, these things will happen. But we got it straight. We will have it.
You want to add something, Roy?
Yes, I think the total budget, not counting the grant, is about 1.8 over the 2 years. Every construction project now is going to be over. There's nothing we can do about it. And these people were the lowest responsible bidder. So I think this year, our budget, what we expend this year is probably accurate. And for 22, 23, we may have to put in a higher amount. But you know how things are going right now. Inflation is, and construction is.
Okay, taking that's just clarification, but how we come up, if we are relating last year, this year, but how we related that with the bid process, we received four bids.
Four bids.
And when we put out this for bids, the higher bidder knows that, like we are.
Really, we had the lower number, so we had a lower number in our estimate, because when we plan to go out to bid, this estimate, we use what is called an engineer's opinion of probable cost. That engineer's opinion of probable cost was made, probably submitted to us about 6 months, with the price, the average cost of last year. Like Roy says, the industry in the last, I would say, 6 to 9 months.
It's crazy.
Experiencing higher costs.
It's
Okay,
crazy.
and just to enlighten me, with the southerly changes on the economy, day by day with the price of the oil, if we have this higher bidder and we approve tonight, what warranty us, like they do not, or probably you, bring back like some change order?
That's a good question.
Because I have to just mention this, because when we approve tonight to this company, this contract, but then if they change the order, we can say, and some indirectly violating, because the other ones didn't get to some price, but
I'm not following what the other ones are.
the other one is the other bidders.
They were higher.
They were higher, but if you come up later on, or this company come up with a change order in 2 months or 3 months, higher than the bidders on the original,
I'm going. Well, You know, that's why we have professionals.
I think this is what they submitted on the documentation.
That is not what we have experienced.
Te digo ahora,
Projects here,
te digo ahora.
we finish it based in accordance with the project.
And the change,
I
of-
don't anticipate this. Now, we have come back to you many times.
I think that's the contract that was included in the bid.
Additional funding, I would say most of the time have been for unforeseen conditions or for delays created by all.
Okay.
Mayor, just my last question. The grant that was received, there's not any supporting documentation in this packet. Could you please provide that?
Well, those grants came to the council because like you're doing tonight, I'll be happy to do that. That's, you know, I'll send you that. But those grants, the only way we can help with those funds is because the council has taken action on them to approve those agreements.
No, I understand, but if you can just, yes, to include it in the resolution, because if we're talking about the breakdown of funding, I think that it would be good to have how much was awarded in the grant.
I'll provide that.
Thank you.
any other question from the council?
No.
Motion to approve, Resolution C 1985.
I second your motion, Mayor.
Roll call, Vic.
Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco? Yes. Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Lily, item C, please.
Item 12C, Resolution C-1986, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Medley, Florida, approving the proposal and work order with Kimley Horn and Associates, Inc. to provide professional post-design and resident project representative services for the Northwest 90th Street Stormwater Lift Station Number 2 and Retention Area Project, authorizing the town mayor and town officials to implement the terms and conditions of the work order, authorizing the mayor to expend budgeted funds, authorizing the mayor to execute the work order, and providing for an effective date, item 12C.
Any question on this item from the council?
I just have that curiosity, Mayor and Mr. Corso. Lately, in the last year or maybe 2 years, I've been noticing we have to approve work orders for, like this one, what we say, post-design services. Used to be like when we approve something and when we finish, we finish.
Yeah, that's,
And post-design services is $130,000.
that's not, that is, post-design service is, it's a term that is used in the industry to indicate that if you have to make adjustments later on because you find a conflict, because you know, any modifications, because you might start digging and find unsuitable materials. That's what is meant by post-design. You know, take for instance, the project that we have going on 74, it's a water main. When we got to the intersection, we found a huge box that was not anywhere shown on plans. So you have to work with the engineers to make changes to the plans. But the $130,000 is not just for post-design. That also includes construction engineering inspections and the other, you know, responses to RFIs. It's a comprehensive scope of things that might be anticipated. Actually, on the CEI part, we, you know, it was a little lower than what we had anticipated. And one thing that I forgot to mention before is that this project is eligible for inclusion on a capital assessment program that we have. So at the end of, you know, the budgeting period, I mean, we're going to be ending up spending maybe 25 to 35 cents on the dollar, maybe less when you consider the grants, you know. So these are things that we're doing because, as you know, the roads, they're needed.
Good enough,
We need to put the water somewhere.
good enough.
Need a motion?
Thank you.
Thank you, George. Motion and a second.
Motion to approve Resolution C 1986.
I'll second.
Roll call, Vic?
Yes, sir. Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item D, Lily?
Yes, item 12D, Resolution C-1987, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Medley, Florida, approving a Community Development Block Grant CDBG contract with Miami-Dade County for the Lakeside Community Center, authorizing the town mayor to execute the CDBG contract and any attachments required by Miami-Dade County, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date, item 12D.
Any question from the council? That's for the rec center.
Motion to approve Resolution C 1987.
I'll second.
So, I want to clarify something. The action that we're taking, that the council is taking tonight, is to approve the agreement with the county that is going to provide $200,000 for the town to continue the interior renovations at the Lakeside Community Center. I'm going to have to come back to you with an amended program, because if you go to the capital program, the phase 2 of what we're doing there, I think it might be for next year or the following. We didn't know that we were going to be successful in getting this $200,000. So now, what we need to do is to do a scope of work of what needs to be done, get an opinion of probable cost, and come back to you to approve the program and approve the share of the funding that the town is going to contribute to the program. Okay?
Yeah.
Roll
Does
call,
that make
Vic?
sense?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
Item E, Lily?
Item 12E, Resolution C-1988, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Medley, Florida, amending the Town of Medley Comprehensive Schedule of Fees dated August 3rd, 2015, to remove Building and Zoning Licensing Department fees and Parks and Recreation Department fees, adopting the Town of Medley Building and Zoning Licensing Department fee schedule dated February 2022, and the Town of Medley Parks and Recreation Department fee schedule dated February 2022, providing for implementation, providing for conflicts, and providing for an effective date. Mayor and Council, tonight is the first public hearing of a two-hearing process to adopt these fines through a resolution process, particularly the BTRs of the building receipts. The second hearing would occur April 7th, 2022. That's the second public meeting. And 14 days prior to that date, 14 days prior to April 7th, our clerk will publish a 14-day notice of all fees and classifications for the BTRs.
Any question? That was based on the workshop.
Mayor, if I may?
No, but is Guillermo here tonight?
I'll come to the podium again.
Guillermo, just for the purpose of keeping on the records related to this resolution, can you just give us a brief description what are we doing tonight on this?
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Vice Mayor. Good evening, council members. All right, we have a fee schedule approved since 2015. A lot of things has changed since the 2015, and we were obligated to change the fee schedule. One of the things that we have is that the state of Florida prohibit the request of a contract between contractors and owners for us to have the fee calculated. We have, our fee schedule was based on 3% and 2% of the total contract, total amount of the cost of a project. and we were getting that information for the contract between owners and contractors, I said before. So we have to completely change the schedule to include a square footage based on fee calculated based on $82.54 per square footage of Miami-Dade County that established per square footage of construction. So we add the square footage of the fee for calculating the permit fee based on the square footage, almost 100% of our fees.
Okay.
Any other question?
No, I just want to say thank you to you because you explained very good on the workshop, all related with this resolution. And I am completely agree. This is looking forward to get better in your department. So I'm glad to make the motion for resolution 1988.
So another thing that I want to explain, that
No,
from 5 pages that we have in the prior fee schedule, now we have 20 pages.
Yes.
So I try to disclose the fee schedule very detailed to calculate the fee for the permits.
And we
But
appreciate
before
it.
we make the motion, Vicky has to add
Yes,
something to it.
before Mayor, if I may, just for clarification, the second public hearing on this item will be April 4th. April 4th.
Sorry, the next regular meeting, that'll be
Yeah,
April
the April
4th.
4th regular meeting, and I know that the councilperson Ayala already made a motion to approve the resolution, but I do want to make one quick change. On the last page of the building fee schedule, the change of business name, address, or owner, the fee was meant to be was meant to be $25. There is a typo in that section of the fee schedule, so that fee, it's meant to remain at $25. So if Mr. Councilperson Ayala, I know you made a motion to adopt this resolution, if I please ask you to adopt it with the changes as I mentioned.
It's fine, Biggie, with the changes you just mentioned. I reinstate my motion
Okay.
to approve resolution 1988.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, got it.
Roll
Thank
call,
you.
Vic.
Vice Mayor Pacheco,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco,
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala,
Yes.
Mayor Martel,
Yes.
unanimous.
Item F, Lily?
Item 12F, Resolution C-1989, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Medley, Florida, adopting a revised and updated public records policy dated March 2022 for the town, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date. Item 12F.
Any questions for the council on this item?
Motion for resolution C 1989.
I'll second. Vicky, roll call.
Yes, sir. Vice Mayor Pacheco,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco,
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala,
Yes.
Mayor Martel,
Yes.
unanimous.
Mr. Watch, item 13A1.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. After reviewing the applications and conducting the interviews, I would like to request the council's approval to appoint Candida Garcia as a full-time code compliance clerk, and I would like that effective March 9th.
Okay, I'll make the motion.
Can she,
It is Mrs. Candida here? Okay.
Do you mind getting close to the podium, state your name and everything? Good evening. How you doing?
My name is Candida Garcia, and I'm looking forward to working with the town of Medley.
Mr. Guash, you conducted interviews, correct? Like, there was interviews that were conducted?
Yes.
Okay, great. When was the interview done? Just,
They were done last Thursday.
okay, great.
Okay. I read your resume, yes, and I noticed like you have a lot of experience with, I believe, the county.
Yes, 25
And
years.
just briefly, give me just a brief, we can say, experience like you can share with us because we're gonna approve tonight, start working for us, just.
I worked for Miami-Dade County Water and Sewer for 25 years. I worked in contracts office, permitting, throughout my journey of the 25 years. My last 10 years was construction with the assistant director and the chief of construction. And my last employment was with City of Doral. I worked with ACOM for the parks bond that they awarded the City of Doral. And my park was a project for 2 years, so I finished on December.
I noticed the last maybe 4 or 5 years, you experienced to have like 3 or 4 different employees. They last like a year and a half. And what was that?
Well, I have, on 2014, my father had a heart transplant.
Yeah.
So I retired from the county.
Okay,
to
good
cash
enough.
out and took care of my father, and he had some complications for a year and a half. So after that, I started working for projects. I didn't want a
It's good.
permanent job just to take care of him. He's all good, so I'm ready to for my long-term employment.
Okay, I'm sorry for your father, and I'm glad you apply, and I hope you can stay with us. We can say years to come, and in that favor, I'm gonna make the motion for your approval, okay?
Thank you.
You have the second, I got the first.
I got
Okay, good enough.
Okay.
Roll call, Vic.
Yes, sir. Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes, congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Uh, 13A2, Herb?
No. That's,
No.
It was from Willie.
Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Oh, Guillermo, okay, that was Guillermo. That was Herb.
Thank you again. Do you have any question?
No, I just wanna say, you look nice tonight, but if you want to.
Thank you very much.
But,
Any question for Guillermo on his recommendation?
We'd like it.
which one is your recommendation? That is that good thing.
First, let me explain. I don't like to create positions that will not bring any good benefits to the town. So that's going to be my first point in here. This position is going to be very important. I believe Richard before has the opportunity that I was within, and I was very close to the contractors and explaining the contractor and having a meeting with the contractors about the code and all of that. But right now, I want to keep on doing the same thing, and I need an executive assistant that is going to help me with the mails, 40-year certifications, records. That's going to be very important to have with us in the building department. Also, she's going to help me. We have a fee schedule, but it's not only to have a fee schedule, it's to implement the fee schedule, to charge the fee schedule the way that it is. And it's going to take time. It's going to take time to set it up. The programs that we have, it's going to take time because she's going to be doing and setting up the fee schedule for the permit. So she's going to have a lot. The person that's going to be selected for this position is going to have a lot of responsibility. And yes, and answer your question, yes. I have someone, and I believe she has 20 years experience. I met her when I was working in Miami Beach. She's a professional. She has my respect. She has been always on time. Everything, even though she's a clerk, I have gave to her orders for documentation that I need, and she has been very efficient. So the person that I want to appoint today, it is going to be Scarlett.
Where is Scarlett?
She's back there. I'll make the motion.
I second the motion, Mayor.
Roll call, Vic, when she gets up here.
Okay.
I believe that all my clerks deserve to have that position, but I have some strategies in my department, and I believe like saying Maggie is excellent. I believe that she also is ready for this type of position, but she is a supervisor and I need her. Maggie, I need you in front. I need you there. I need you where you are right now.
Okay.
Jackie, the same thing. Nuka, Veronica, I've been my pleasure to work with the ladies.
Congratulations, Scarlett.
Hey, congratulations.
Scarlett, you want to say a few words, or you're okay?
I'm a little caught off guard right now. I'm trying to catch my breath.
Okay.
She's ready right now.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Vic, roll call.
I appreciate the
Congratulations.
opportunity. Thank you.
Okay. Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes,
Unanimous.
congratulations. Herb, you want to come up? It's your turn now.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Tonight I'm here to do a promotion to Marcos Molinello. He's been doing a heavy equipment operator for quite some time. He got all his qualifications, and I think he's very ready to become a senior heavy equipment operator. He's
I'll make the
been with the
motion
town
for
for over
Marcos.
4 years, and he's been an amazing employee.
I'll second.
Thank you, Herb. Go roll call.
Yes, sir. Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Definitely, yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes,
Unanimous.
congratulations, Marco.
Thank you so much.
Habla un poco ahí. Dale, Herb.
Also tonight I have Julio Viton. He's been another amazing employee for almost 5 years. Again, he had done his heavy equipment operator licensing, savings, safety, and I want to promote him to heavy equipment operator.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Roll call, Vic.
Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Felicidades, campeón.
Thank you very much.
Liz, you want to come up?
Good evening. Okay, I provided the recommendations based off of what was discussed last meeting. I do want to let everyone know that I'm still speaking to the YMCA for a final schedule. On Friday, I had a telephone conference with Eric Gomez from the aquatic. He's one of the aquatics director. And he stated that for the YMCA to provide lifeguard servicing, they have to also be able to provide life-saving strategies and lessons to the public. So that will be included in the schedule, and it is open to the public and offered at a fee to the public. I don't have their finalized schedule, their contract yet, and I will need to come back to the council to discuss if a resident wants to use those services, if we will be subsidizing the fee. So right now, I would just like to request for the council to approve, I guess, the recommendations that I provided, and then subject to change, hopefully I could get that for the next council meeting.
Any question from the council?
No.
I'll make a motion to approve your item, Liz.
I'll second.
Roll call, Vic.
Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
We've been back and forth on the gender study, and Susie provided you the contract from the gender study. One thing we do need to do, I don't know if what the council wants to do is, we do have to complete the gender study. The evaluation of the money that we make, we don't need to. So what I'm asking the council, what exactly do you want to do? Caroline, if you want to step also to the podium. Do you have any questions? Because we do have to complete the gender study. So either we hire the company just to do the gender study, or we hire the company to do the evaluation of the money that we all make, and the gender study. So I want to know what the council wants to do.
For the record, Caroline Size, Labor Council. So there are two options, as the mayor had said, just the gender analysis to look at that issue there. And at the same time, Evergreens, which is where we had the previous quote from, can do a comprehensive analysis of the compensation for all of the positions as well.
So,
Any question or?
yes, we just received this item right now, so if you can just walk me through it. The proposed cost and timeline, it says all task in our work plan is $14,000, but it is to my understanding that we've already spent $20,000 on this study, so it would be in addition.
It's in addition. They have already received their compensation for what they completed. It was actually not complete because we didn't have all the information provided to them, which we can now provide to them to get the final report.
So just so we're clear, they were compensated already for the first part?
Correct.
And that was an amount of $20,000?
I believe it was 18,000.
Okay, so then it would be in addition 14,000 to, what would this include?
The 14,000 is for the entire compensation study. What I recommend the council focus on is the actual gender analysis study, which is the 4,000. And we did just receive the quote today from Evergreens, but they are familiar with the town, and they have some of our information already, and we're providing updated information to them as well.
So then the 4,000 would be specific to running an analysis just on gender, correct? And then the 14,000 would be compensation across all?
Yeah, exactly, for the pay scale and salary ranges for all the employees.
And you recommend us to just focus on?
Well, you can vote on both, but we certainly do recommend the focus first be on the gender analysis.
So my question to the council is exactly what do you want to do? Only the gender, or you want to do both?
I think that if we're taking the time to do this, then we should do everything. Because when it was done the first time, there were several people that were under the impression that everyone would be, their compensations would be evaluated in comparison to other towns and other cities. So I think that if we're gonna do this, we might as well do it right and just see where everyone in our town is at.
So your motion is to do the whole study?
Yes, but in regards.
There are two separate
Yes,
studies.
yes. In regards to the timeline, we have worked with Evergreen, so what is that timeline?
Well, we have updated information that we've already provided to them. Of course, we did just get the quote, so they have to look at that information we provided to them, but we have everything ready to submit whatever they would need to get going.
If I may, I just noticed in the last page, there is a proposed cost and timeline. It indicates 90 days from the date of execution.
3 months.
May I ask the rest of the council, or you, Mayor, what do you think about this before, because I can go along with any proposal, but I just heard Councilwoman Ayala.
She wants to do the whole study, and I think that's
About
the correct thing to do, because that way we'll base everybody to see if everybody's making the correct salary and so forth. And then at the end of the day, the council is the one that decides if you want to raise them, don't want to raise them, or whatever needs to be done.
Okay, but at the same time, we can open also the mic for anybody of the
No,
departments.
this is only us.
Only us?
Yes.
Does Councilwoman Pacheco have any suggestions?
For me, it's fine if we have to complete the study.
Okay, and that way I second the motion. For
Roll call, Vic. Thank you, Caroline.
And
Madam
just to
Clerk,
make sure-
just to be
Yeah,
clear.
we need to run.
Is it
Just to
a
be-
motion?
So it's motion to run both
The comp
the
study?
gender analysis and overall
The
compensation for all departments. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Vice Mayor Pacheco,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco,
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala,
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
EM, we want to come up now? Item number 7. Jenny, you want to put up,
I got it.
you got it, Vic?
I got it, Mayor. There we go. Okay.
All right. Here we have, February 16, I received a call to go to the Terry Wilson to do an inspection. This is just a visual inspection, and based on the pictures that we have, Vicky, can you move to the next picture? So we have some movement between the sidewalk that is located at east side of the building between the canal and the wall. It's displaced in a way like inch and a half. And can you continue moving? That's the roof leaking, but that's not the main parts that I want to focus to. If you see there is a metal piling that was installed on the building a few years ago. We don't have record of that metal piling, but I want you to focus that I have to declare unsafe building because there is erosions on the building, under the foundation, and I don't know if the metal piling was placed around the building, but it looks like it is erosions. I don't know if it was because of sheet metal piling installed in the pool, that it was a lot of impact below the building. But for me to continue and open up the building again, I needed to start it from the structural company. They have to go there and give me the full evaluation of the structure of the building. That's the roof conditions. So another thing that I want to mention is that building didn't have any record on the property appraiser. So it means that we don't have a permit. So when it was done, it was not recorded in Miami-Dade County as an existing building. That building was built around 1970s. So that building is going to be under the 40-year certification. It has a 2,000 square footage, more than 2,000 square footage, and it's occupied by more than 10 persons. So you have to go to 40-year certification. So meaning, I recommend you to see very carefully what's happening with the building. I cannot say that where it's going to happen or what's going to be the final solution. The only thing that I can say is, for me to open again that building, I need a 40-year study of the structure. I need a 40-year certification. Also, there's moisture inside the building because of a roof leak. And that's going to be, it has a bad insulation between inside the attic. And the bad insulation is wet. That's why the moisture is so high inside the building. And I need a moisture study to the building.
Okay, but you are explaining this in your capacity of inspector. But Mayor, you put this motion, or you put this initiative or this item in place. What is the reason? What do you want to say to us?
We could do two things. We could do one thing. This building is not structurally too sound by the way me and Guillermo spoke. Right, Guillermo?
Right.
Okay, my recommendation is to build a new 3-story building so that we have the area for shelter for 8181 and everybody that owns a trailer. Okay, so in case of a hurricane, this building that we built there could be used for that, for shelter. Okay, and then spending the money and repairing this when it originally didn't have permits or anything. And if you go back to the pin piles, I think some of the pin piles are put only on the slab, not on the foundation. So those pin piles are not working either. If you go back, you see it's only showing a very small thickness. So they put the pin pile on, it looks like on a slab, not on the foundation.
Okay, we can say for sure, probably everybody is agree, like the condition of the Toby is in that condition, but what is your plan? I mean, when you make a 3-story building, how we
Three
gonna?
stories.
Yeah, what is the plan? How we gonna?
It's gonna bring back the kids back to that building?
No, it's how it's gonna be used, is How?
The use is gonna be for the after-school program?
No, how are you gonna do it?
How, what is the plan in terms of time frame? The first thing, I don't want to say the word, but I know Toby Wilson probably will be, we can say, take it out. I'm going to use that word. And after that, I can figure out a clean area. What is going to be the proposal?
To build a 3-story building, so that way we have a shelter for the east side of the city.
With how
Everybody that
much?
doesn't have where to go in case of a hurricane or unforeseen conditions, they could go in there. That's why I want to build 3 stories.
Okay, but if we think on that, I'm going to go ahead on the projection. We have to fix first the seawall, I believe so.
Right there, we had, your daughter was there when Mario Diaz-Valar was there, and Mario says he could probably get us money for the seawall, right, Corso? So that's projected.
That is, we can say, the first step to build that. So I can receive a proposal for that, okay? That will be the first thing. But how are we gonna proceed with the next step? Like,
Next step is plans and permits for the 3-story buildings.
in your mind, this is gonna be a 1 year, 2 years?
In our city, in my business, it's fast, but here, it takes a while. It takes probably 2-3 years.
Okay.
Okay? That's the way it works. That's what I'm estimating, but I think a 3-story building, that'll satisfy this side of the city. And then meanwhile, we're working on Lakeside to satisfy that for in case of a hurricane, they can get that area building also.
Mayor, when I'm seated here, I'm Councilwoman Ayala, not his daughter, so if you can please refer to me as such. And the second thing, this is, we obviously see the structure is in need of repair, and if it's in your intention, since it's a discussion and action, if that is what you want to do, if you can please provide supporting documentation, because it's hard to vote yes or no on something that's not presented. There's nothing on regarding that item in regards to your 3-story building. So I would kindly request if you could provide documentation for that.
Well, documentation we don't have any, because in order to do that, you have to hire an architect engineer. We're just getting the opinion of the building inspector and my professional opinion as the general contractor for 34 years.
Yeah, Councilwoman, I have to say, like, I discussed this item with Guillermo informally, but the cost of a foundation repair on a structure like that, taking in consideration, like, we have to also work on the seawall, is a very, very expensive, we can say, deal. So,
Not only that, Mr. Ayala, remember, we are working with Florida Building Code.
No, and you
When
mentioned that
when
to
you
me.
go above
No, and we have-
25% of a building repair, you have to bring the building all the way up to 2020.
no, and the other thing is, he explained me, like, we have to pass also very soon a certification for like a 34 years inspection of the building. So basically, it's not, we can say, a good investment to try to fix something like it's gonna cost
And,
more than $2 million.
And the end of the day, Mr. Ayala, this building will be the safe room for this side of the city.
I know,
Well, we're
Mayor.
still
Mayor,
waiting for the safe room.
We have the experience about the pool, what happened with the pool that was there.
Yeah.
I have to cancel, I have to put an unsafe structure also to the playground. We saw what was happening with the playground. So it's
My
coming
motion
this
is,
way.
Guillermo, my motion is to demo the building and, if it's aware with the council to build, to prepare plans and permits for a 3-story building. So that way we have, for accommodation for the school program and also for our residents in case an emergency comes in. That's what I would like to propose.
Yes, I will respect your motion, but do you think we can go ahead with the plans of the building prior to get the seawall done? Because when we construct
No,
the
I
seawall,
would like to do it in conjunction because I don't want the plans to stop the process.
that's mean, the whole thing, the seawall together
Yeah,
with the
we're
plan.
working with Mario already on the seawall. And
Okay.
I know George is working on that. But meanwhile, we need to work on the plans because you know how long the architects take to get that all ready. And then once we get a drawing, we will be submitting it to you so you look at it in case you see something that we did not see. Okay?
That's good.
So I need a second.
I just want to make a comment.
I didn't see you.
I'm going to move on approving this,
He needs a second.
because,
A second.
You have a second?
Because we need to
No, he
look,
says he's gonna move
we
on.
need to look for the safety of our residents and employees that work in that building. And I'm just gonna follow, Mr. Guillermo's, years of experience and recommendation. I say we,
Right, thank you.
yep.
Roll call, Vic.
Okay, so do I have a second? I have your motion to demolish the current building and prepared or instruct staff to prepare plan for a three-story story building project. That's your motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Mr. Pacheco, this is your item, number 8.
Yes, Mayor and
Anything
Council.
else?
It's been a while since Mr. Enrique Chu, our music night musician, he's been out for a while. Up to now, I've been trying to understand why. So tonight, I just want to make a motion to bring him back to the music night program, starting immediately.
Question, the salaries, how we're gonna do it, like the way we used to do before?
Same as what they are right now.
Okay. I'll second the motion. Roll call, Vic.
Yes, sir. Okay. Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Enrique Chu, bienvenido de vuelta.
Mr. Pacheco, item 9.
Yes. This item is regarding our council assistant, Rosa Palau. And one thing I do want to ask the council and you, Mayor, it has come to me that I don't really see the reason why she's coming in at a different schedule than other employees. And I just want to clarify that I would really like her to come to work the same way other employees come. I don't see why she's got to stay after hours when all other employees have left the building. So I would like to present to the council her schedule from Monday through Wednesdays from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Thursdays from 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's the schedule for the rest of the employees in this building. And besides this, I normally, when I request for her help, for her assistance, I send an email to all the council members. I copy her and I copy the rest of the council. In other words, I don't go to her and her distribute my email. I go straight to the council so they can know. So I would really appreciate if we can start, adapting to that practice. All right? Because this is, it's like a merry-go-round thing, we recycle emails. So I just go, every time I ask for her assistant, I send the email to her and I copy straight to the council members. And that's not happening, with the rest of the council. So emails are being sent to her and she's sending emails, recycling the emails. You can copy to the rest of the council just the way I'm doing so we can be on the same page with her. And another thing, Mayor, I'm aware that you passed, I believe it was a week or 2 weeks ago, you passed a memo on regarding overtime. That's another thing. Most likely I'm here most of the week and I here in the mornings. And I just want the council to be, this is not something that I want to be in charge of her, but in a way, somebody needs to be in charge or her, on her daily duties. The rest of the council comes in after morning hours, and, you know, I need to know whether I can depend on her in the mornings, because I'm not aware if other council members have something going on with her during morning hours. So, I'm not asking to be in charge of her, but somebody needs to be on top of, you know, her daily duties.
Any question from the council?
I can make some just
Recommendations, suggestions?
basically, this also is related, I'm glad, I'm happy. I'm happy for you, Rosa, because I'm happy you're gonna, we can say, working for us. And I have to say congratulations, Mr. Vice Mayor. Like finally, probably you appreciate what Rosa Palau represents for the council, because I have to say, like, you vote for no on her hiring. The same as you, Mayor. Yes, but it's good. The only thing is, once we do not gonna have a human resource person, how can we work for her to be like a regular employee, like you clock in and out? Once he's proposing be on the same schedule, how every other employee is gonna be, we can say, monitoring by the easy financial department, how it's gonna be, because what I can understand is the vice mayor is requesting be your immediately supervisor. And I don't know if that is gonna work in some way. Okay, and how we gonna deal, Mayor, in this situation? Because when we hire her, the council has to take her, we can say, follow up on hours and this and that, because we have in play human resource, and somehow she wasn't on the same, we can say, frame. But once, right now, I can feel the vice mayor is, we can say, in a different pattern with her. We can probably create some kind of way, like she can be same like another employees.
Correct me. Do you want to come up? Just, yeah.
State my name, Rose.
Good evening, my name is Rosa. I'm the executive assistant to the council. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council.
Yes.
Good.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but your current hours are the same as the employees? Like,
No, I come in from 8 to 6 and then from 8 to 5:30 on Thursdays.
so then your proposed time change is what, Vice Mayor?
7 to 5.
7, Monday through Wednesday, 7 to 5, Thursday, 7 to 4, just like the rest of the.
4:30.
7 to 4:30. Do you have any comments? I don't know why we have to do this in a public forum. This is confusing. I think that this can be handled administratively amongst ourselves. But Vice Mayor, I'm glad that you see the value that Rosa Palau offers. So I'm grateful that you see that and what an asset she is. Great. So I'll take this as you're publicly retracting your decision when she was hired. So thank you.
Well, let me correct that. I did vote yes when she was hired.
No, you voted no.
Okay, just look on the record.
You voted no, and as well. Yes.
Okay, but
So just back to, so you want to be her supervisor? I don't understand.
No,
Like,
I'm not saying that I want to be her supervisor. To answer that question, ask yourself this question. if you're not here in the morning, for example, I'll just give you an example. If you're not here in the morning, you come in at 2, let's say you come in at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, do you know what she's been doing since 8 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock PM?
Yes, because I leave her tasks. I don't need to physically be in the building to.
All right. Listen, this is not a matter of me being her supervisor. I have never mentioned that word. It hasn't come out of my mouth.
Okay, I just want to understand what you want. What is it that you want?
She needs to have a schedule. Why does she need to leave the building?
Okay.
after
Okay, that's fine.
Everybody has left.
Okay, Vice Mayor, I wanna try,
Mostly what he wants is for work schedule to be from 7 to 5, Monday to Wednesday, and on Thursday, 7 to 4:30. Are you okay with that, Rosa?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You guys agree on that?
Yes, that's fine, but what is the other aspect?
That's it. And then between the other things, you gotta obey Sunshine and all those other ethics and all those.
no, she needs to comply with that.
You guys need to obey on that, and that's it. The motion is mostly the work schedule.
Okay, no, but,
I didn't change it because you guys put that motion, she works on that schedule.
no, the only thing I want to just be clear, if, in some sense, the Vice Mayor wants to, how we can say, the power or the privilege, good, thank you, to say what she needs to do, how she's gonna handle the task, like, we can ask for that, because I have to mention this, Mayor.
I can't work that way because of Sunshine and ethics.
No, I understand, but I'm gonna tell you what's been happening with her, and we can start from zero today. But what is been happening is, like, the Vice Mayor sent emails to her, like, saying, I will need from you to be my assistant. And we notice, like, when he says that, it's like, he wants from her to be with him only. And,
It's assistance, not assistant, assistance.
okay, but the fact is, recently we traveled to
They're all fighting
Tallahassee.
for you, Rose.
I'm sorry, sir.
They're all fighting for you.
No,
I work for 4 of them, and I think I've been doing very well complying with all their needs. And I think, by my understanding, Vice Mayor, that going forward, what you're requesting is for whoever's requesting me to help them and to assist them that day, for the Vice Mayor to be aware that I'm not available from such time to such time, correct?
So basically, if he requests you to come to assist him to Tallahassee, that's mean you will be exclusively for him because he requested by email to do so, to keep you all the time available for him. That is my question, if that is gonna be the pattern, because I saw that like a little, we can say, outward. And the same thing, if he requests you to be, we can say, in a guest for an event, the way I see is you share with him exclusively. And we went there and you didn't share with us. So like, just because he sent you the email, you have to be like his own assistant. My question is, what tonight he's asking is exactly that, or what is gonna be the?
I think that if I'm assisting the Vice Mayor, Councilwoman Pacheco, Council Ayala, and Councilwoman Ayala for an event, and he's requesting me to assist him in that event, I don't see a problem helping or assisting any council, as long as we all, let's say we go to an event. We went one on Thursday, and we were sitting on different tables
Yes.
for whatever reason. So if we decide to divide ourselves when we go to an event, and I'm helping or on request by any council to sit or guide them helping in that event, I will go to the person that requested me in a certain event. But if we sit at a different table, it will be very hard for me to help or comply or assist all 4 of you by standing up and going to each table. What I'm really requesting, if it's possible, when we do an event, that we go together. We don't have to travel together, but if we can at least sit together, so I'm in the middle and I don't have being pulled or feel uncomfortable that I'm not assisting you and I'm being taken the whole night for one side only.
That's the purpose. And let me clarify, Mr. Ayala, in days, you were invited to have breakfast and sit with us, and you guys decided not to. Thank you.
That's why it's very hard when we don't have a group that complies with the same things, and I'm trying to comply with all of you. That's something that we do need to work on more.
Yes, definitely, yes, but what we approve tonight is gonna set the, we can say, the way to try to get along, everybody, but I just want to be sure what is exactly what he wants.
I think if going forward, we can, if I can ask, that if you will need me for any event, to at least request me for at least 24 hours, 2 days, so all the councils are aware that in that event, I'm with a specific council. Doesn't mean I'm working for one council only. I can provide my service to all of you at that same event. It's
Yeah, I
up to
agree
the
on that
council.
too. I agree on that.
2
24 hours.
days. We all have previous time and day sets of the events that's going on. So if we can do that, at least that will help me try at least the best to, help you guys all.
It's just a matter of communication, Council.
Okay.
I don't
So
know.
mostly what you're voting on is for her work schedule.
That's fine.
Mr.
Yes.
Pacheco?
Yes.
Yes.
Fine.
I do have a motion by Vice Mayor to change her schedule to be in line with the general administration, Monday to Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Thursday, 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. That is that will be the basis of the motion.
Yes.
We have a first and second.
I have a first. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Vic.
Council.
Thank you, Rose.
That's starting
sorry.
to
Thank you, Rose.
effective when, Vicky?
Vice Mayor, is your motion? When do you like to make that effective?
Immediately.
Okay. Immediately.
Thank you.
Oh, so the motion will be to take effect immediately. Okay. Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
And thank you, Rosie, for the job that you're doing. Thank you.
Well, we got Mrs. Ayala, she has an item first, and then you'll go to you.
Yes. So if I can just have Ms. Icaza and the team of Rosa come up.
Mayor and council, good evening to all of you, and thank you for giving us an opportunity to be here this evening to, my name is Ms. Icaza, Lisette Icaza. I'm a high school teacher. I've been a high school teacher at Miami Springs Senior High School for about 22 years, and I worked in the medical field for about another 17. So I've been 39 years out in the industry, but I currently teach in the medical academy at the high school. I have students that compete in a club that's called Health Occupation Students of America, better known as HOSA. And we are here this evening to ask for the assistance of the council and the town of Bentley to help sponsor our students to state competition. We currently have about 12 students that are attending the HOSA State Convention in Orlando from April the 9th through April the 12th. We currently have
Excuse me, what
Nicole
date?
here, this is our student.
What
That
date?
will promote-
April 8th through the 12th.
April 8th.
Nicole is currently from Bentley, and we have students from not only Miami Springs, Hialeah area, which are competing. And we've done some fundraising in the community, but technically it's not enough to help the students pay for their hotel accommodations. So we're here this evening to ask for the assistance of whatever.
Yes.
Any amount is always welcome, and we appreciate it.
Yes. So just thank you so much, Ms. Icaza, for being here. Like I mentioned, she's my former AP biology teacher. So thank you so much. It's an honor to just thank you for the work that you're doing, and it matters. Public education matters, and what you do matters. So for those of you that don't know, Nicole is a resident here, and this is what it's about. It's about helping our residents as they pursue their education, and we just want you to know that we support you, we believe in you, and tonight I kindly ask the council if we can make a donation of $500 to the HOSA club, specifically for the state competition.
How much?
1,000?
1,000, you said 1,000.
1,000, yes.
And your request is to make the donation directly to the HOSA Club?
Right. Who would the donation be in favor of? Is it the school, Ms. Icaza?
Yes, the money is sent to the school, and then the school has to be accompanied by a letterhead from the town of Medley stating that the money is for the students that are in the HOSA club to use for their club activity or the state competition, but the check has to be made directly to the school.
Perfect,
Not to the club.
And that's, okay.
You would have to
Yeah.
go pass that information, email it to the, have it emailed to you and me?
Or could they provide the information to, I guess?
The information is included with the documentation. You have it in your package. It has the breakdown and the club. I believe Mr. Icaza, I believe Ms. Icaza, along with the documentation, there is a full agenda of the conference
Yeah.
to be attended.
Provided all that.
And I believe Ms. Icaza also provided with an explanation from her club that she so kindly, and I say kindly because I have to say, Ms. Icaza, I am a witness of your club. My daughter was part of your club. Although she is a graduate student, my daughter is in the medical field, and she was part of your club. She did, I think it was surgery photography.
Oh, nice. Nice to know that.
So, the documentation is in the package, and I believe Ms. Icaza provided the name of the
Yes, we can send it. Or we can send it to you.
Correct.
Can you please send all that to Nancy so we can?
Correct. Once the council has, if the council wishes, and passes, the motion passes, all the information we provided to finance department so that the donation is arranged and mailed to the school.
Copy counted also, Vic?
I will, Mayor. So the request is for $1,000?
Yes, so I make the motion, if I can have a second.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you.
Roll call back. Thank you for doing a good job for our kids.
Thank you, Ms. Icaza.
Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala? Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes. Go ahead,
Unanimous.
Roy.
Okay, I'd like to ask the council permission to amend the general employees pension plan.
That's fine. We'll do that
Currently,
internally.
the retiree benefit
do
is
that
based
together.
on the average of the 5 highest consecutive years. I'd like to change that to the 5 highest years from a 10-year period.
Roy, excuse me, can you repeat, can you go back again?
I'd like.
There
to-
was
I'd
noise
like-
going around, I can,
Okay. I'd like to ask the council permission to contact our pension authority to write a resolution to amend the pension plan benefit for retirees. Right now, the benefit is based on the 5 highest years, average of the 5 highest years, consecutive years. I'd like to change it to the 5 highest 5 years in a 10-year period. And I can explain why, if you want.
10-year period.
So instead of just taking the benefit from 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, 5 consecutive years, which is what the pension document states, I'd like to make it the 5 highest years of the last 10 years. Because we have a long-term employee who, a few years ago, was injured, an off-the-job injury, was on short-term disability, and he earned less money that year, a lot less money that year. And they're taking that year into account when they're calculating his benefit. So this way, if we change it, we cross out that year, and we go to the previous year. And it's not going to happen that often. And I don't believe it's going to cost a lot. I'll
Make
find
the
out
motion,
from-
Roy. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, so just to be clear, the motion would be to instruct. Sorry, the motion would be to instruct our pension council to draft and amend the pension plan, to amend the language to then incorporate the pension calculations to reflect the 5 highest years in a 10-year period.
10-year period, rather than consecutive years.
Got it.
And I'll have to find out if we have to do an impact study. It shouldn't be that, the cost to the plan should be very, very low. And I don't even know if need to do that study, but the pension attorney may say we will. And once the pension attorney prepares the resolution, it will be sent to you.
Okay. Okay, I have a first and a second.
Roll call, Vic.
Vice Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacheco?
Yes.
Councilperson Ayala?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ayala?
Yes.
Mayor Martel?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.